When I was with my grandma, it was always just fun going to her pool, coming back in the house and having a sandwich. That was probably my ideal, favorite day as a kid. The first time that I realized my mom started drugs, I was probably around 5 years old. Her boyfriend came and he wanted to lay in the bed with me. He did some very horrible things to me and my mom was nowhere to be found. So I ran upstairs and she was on the toilet dozing off asleep. I asked my grandma the next time I seen her and she was like, "That's your mom on drugs, it's not her."
Seeing Kiasia grow up was very hard. The drug use and the violence and worrying about where she's gonna get her next meal at or where she's gonna be staying.
I probably lived in over 20 homes, homeless shelters, with my mom's friends that were on drugs. It was very toxic and I would always be getting abused. Elementary school, that was my escape. I would just feel like, okay, school is my happy place and I can just be a kid and have friends.
Quite a few times, Kiasia's mother would go to treatment or go to jail or prison and would get out and be trying.
I was about 12 and my mom had a job. She was clean. She had the twins who were babies and I was just so impressed because, I'd never seen this side of her.
But for some reason or another, the drugs would always come back into play and Kiasia's mother just disappeared.
At this point, I'm 13 and I just have a food stamp card, 2 babies that need to be fed, and then there's me. I had to stop going to school for about the first 5 months of 8th grade. And I tried my best to do bath time with them and give them things that I thought babies were supposed to eat until the eviction notices piled up, and that's when we had to go.
We got a call that Kiasia and her little brother and sister were in an apartment by themselves, and we ended up getting her brother and sister that are twins, and Kiasia went to go stay with her grandmother.
I really enjoyed being with my grandma. No matter what, she would always remind me how much that she loved me. The day that my grandma told me that she had cancer was pretty devastating. She got sick to where she couldn't take care of me. And then when my grandma passed away, I kind of just dropped to the floor and just cried a lot because she was one of the few people who made me feel like I mattered.
When Kiasia first came home to live with us, she didn't have a very high self-esteem and also didn't realize, what potential she had.
I really was not excited to go back to school. My uncle and my aunt told me, "You can do it. We know you love school. You're a good kid." I started my freshman year. I just could not get into it. I started going to therapy. And my therapist really helped me get through a lot of those emotions. And I told myself, okay, sophomore year, I'm gonna start over and I'm gonna do it.
When I first met Kiki, I was just immediately impressed with her poise and her confidence. She just was a person that I really wanted to get to know better.
For a lot of her life, she's had to be an adult and taking care of herself, and now she can focus on the things that are important for a kid.
I decided to make better friends by joining my leadership class, which was really fun because it helped me feel like I had power over something.
Kiki is a natural fit for leadership. She has experience de-escalating heated topics, being willing to be the first person to speak on a hot button issue, and she just brings a light into the room.
Kiasia is amazing. Now being a straight A student, the National Honor Society president, her determination to make a bright future for herself is inspiring.
After I just seen those A's after A's, it was just such a positive impact for me, and I was like, okay, school is that place again. The Beat the Odds scholarship was my first time that I had realized I'm a senior and I'm going to college for real this time. I'm gonna be someone different than the path that my parents set out for me. I really see myself in journalism. I want to be someone who can tell other people's stories as well as my own.
When Kiki goes off to college, she's going to continue to be incredible. She has this just empathy for others, and I think that's going to make her a very natural journalist.
My therapist told me, "You're very resilient." I had no idea what that word meant. And I looked it up when I got home. It was everything that I'd ever thought of myself put in one word. I consider myself resilient.